Hello and welcome to the 2018 Canadian Ultimate Championships. We are here at the bronze medal game between Beer Kitty and the Bunny Thugs. Beer Kitty starting on offense right now, and we are set to start quickly in this game as Beer Kitty find a hold right away.
So a quick point to start the game off here. This is the bronze medal game you're watching between Beer Kitty from British Columbia and Bunny Thugs from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. You got a chance to see the Bunny Thugs play a hard-fought game yesterday. Unfortunately, the losers on that game, so they're playing for bronze here against Beer Kitty.
Beer Kitty, of course, is a team out of Vancouver, BC. They've come together as a group of friends who love to play Ultimate together. They've played together so many times over the years. 16 of their players or so played for TFP, a team that was a well-known Vancouver team, able to come in and win nationals so many different times. I'm not sure all those players played together, but definitely over the course of several years, all of them suiting up for that team at one point or another. So a new rendition here. Many of them just good friends wanting to come out here and be able to play in their hometown.
Yeah, not too far to travel coming out to Surrey here. Another sort of overcast, cloudy day for us here in the booth, and not too much wind to start off just like yesterday. I think we're going to have a calm morning, and as we head to the gold medal game in the afternoon here, the wind might pick up a little bit.
So we get a chance now to see the offense here for the Bunny Thugs as Dion has it on the far side. Deagle and Dion going 1 and 2 over there as there's a zone look here from Beer Kitty. Dion will shoot, looking to the end zone. The around shot picked off, but reeled in on the second attempt by Garrett Gartner, managing to get his hands on that one, and it's 1-1.
Mark Leduc reading the disc well, but deciding to make what we coined from our team a Blackfish special, which was you mac the disc to the opponent in the end zone and get yourself an assist for the other team. So Leduc there unable to come down with it, catching your D, and Beer Kitty, Bunny Thugs able to capitalize and score.
So a good start for both of these teams offensively. We saw Bunny Thugs there a little bit unsure of how to handle that zone look. They were very trapped on the sideline. They had nobody cutting into the cup there, so Dion's only option was to air that throw out. Had Gartner recognized that it was a late stall count, so had to go for it, but definitely going to need to create some more handler movement and action in the lanes if they're going to deal with that zone look going forward in this game.
Both these teams played a very tough semifinals game yesterday. We already mentioned Bunny Thugs losing here to PBHG, but on the other semifinal, Beer Kitty losing to the Goomba Gang, another BC team, in a Universe point game as well. So both had a tough semifinals, and I think this game is going to be close as well.
So 1-1, very early in this game, just started here, the bronze medal match. If you're just joining us, Thugs from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, playing against a home team here, Beer Kitty out of Vancouver, as Bellavance will center the disc now. Street puts it over to the far side for Fenton. The little scooper look to Mowens, who fakes the backhand. Fenton back to Street. Person-to-person defense here from the Thugs with some poach in the lane. They've got people open on the handling sides as it goes back to Fenton. Bellavance surveying for an option. The Thugs here melting back to person D, and that one's going to go over the head of Kira Frew, unable to reel that one in, and the Thugs a chance now for their first break.
Yeah, the wind picked up a little bit there, maybe threw the disc up a little bit as the handler let go of it, but unable to bring that one down.
For Toski, it's open on the reset. Poachy handler defense here as Carter Hunks comes down with that between some traffic. Looking for the reset. Tight defense from Bellavance, but Fertoski manages to get open, and now going upfield, the sliding grab there from Peters, but losing it when he hit the ground, and he'll give the disc back here. Bellavance put that one's around, looking for Davison, who comes down with it. Looking to the end zone now. Ashley Davison on the doorstep. Has to go back to the reset in Bellavance. Now to the middle with Fenton. Around to Frew. Looking to the end zone. Finds Julie Mowens, and it's 2-1.
And after that first little turnover and unable the Bunny Thugs to turn and make use of that turn. Beer Kitty looked a lot smoother, hitting their wide open unders and reasonably open rounds. So Beer Kitty putting themselves up 2-1 here.
So we're seeing Beer Kitty look a little bit more effective on their offense so far. We've only seen one offensive point here from the Thugs, but definitely looking like they're in control early in this game at 2-1, doing a good job of swinging that disc around, recognizing where the poaches were as well.
Matt Harvey, the coach for Beer Kitty, looking to get an interview, but we're not going to allow him to have it. So hopefully he leaves us alone in the booth here, getting ready to start the 4th point of the game.
I think we got to put an asterisk beside that as well there. Candace Chan, definitely the coach here as well for Beer Kitty, a veteran player, veteran coach, coming in here to, she said, here to help out, but definitely I think a serious factor for this team as well.
So Candace Chan playing with Traffic this summer out of Vancouver, BC on the women's side. They didn't come down to CUCs. They have other priorities this year. So, yeah, willing to help coach the mixed team, too.
So the zone look being set here from Beer Kitty. We're down to 4-2-1 here. The mark and a 3-person wall as that goes narrowly to Cole Deagle here, who will reset it to Brett Lindsay. Lindsay now surveying for an option, has Yates crashing into the cup. Better cutting movement here from the Thugs, but low on options, but finding Charlena McGill, but it's just off of her chest. Turning it over, a chance for Beer Kitty to go back the other way. Tam centers to Hoffman. Hoffman without a mark. Now putting it around to the far side here for Chang. Chang's going to shoot an around flick, looking to the end zone. That one will be reeled in. Mark Leduc with the goal. Beer Kitty with the break, and they lead 3-1.
This time Leduc able to concentrate and get both hands on that one, reel it in, unlike his D attempt down on the right-hand side, making sure he didn't miss this opportunity here either. So Beer Kitty gets their first break, the first break of this game, and they puts them up 3-1.
Beer Kitty looking pretty comfortable off that transition to offense as well. Their zone very tight there. I think the Thugs did a little bit better of a job of moving through the cup on that point than we saw previously. Unfortunately, just a little bit of execution on that pass there, deflecting off the chest of McGill. So we'll see if they're able to continue to learn from that and adjust as the game goes on. I think we're definitely going to be seeing that zone look from Beer Kitty as we continue.
Yeah, it seemed effective there. Not too many resets upfield. This cup is really, really close, so I think the handler who holds onto the disc has the opportunity to call a double team because Beer Kitty's players are very, very close to the disc with no other players around to defend. So if they do get stressed out, I think the Bunny Thugs have the ability to call a double team. So 3-1, Beer Kitty to pull.
That one's going to float down right about to the middle of the field here, just in front of the brick mark. Mark Dion to pick up. The zone look again as we thought here, but this time they go through the cup and now moving upfield. Dirksen finds Schaefer on the far sideline. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay will reset that one to Dion. Brett Lindsay again now looking for an option, has Dion now going 1 and 2, breaking past the cup there. They're doing a good job of getting a couple yards at a time, but then getting a bit stuck in those sideline positions here. Dion unable to get it back to the middle, has to look for another option. Goes through the cup, finds Gartner. Puts that back to Dion. On the doorstep to the end zone. Laser of a shot into the hands of Dirksen, and they get their hold.
And I like that throw right through the middle of the cup there. They were being patient, swinging back and forth. Lindsay getting the disc in his hand a couple of times, but finally Garrett able to open himself up through the wall and get hit with a fast flick through. He makes a quick dish and then another fast flick for the goal. So not wasting any time once they'd break and open through the zone. but still looking a little shaky downfield. Bunny Thugs not really giving themselves a lot of options besides that one to Garrett and crowding the disc a little bit. The cup crashes are coming too little. I think they need to work on that a bit more as well.
Yeah, just unable to reset it to the middle of the field. That zone is a very tight one, a very effective one from Beer Kitty, so we'll see how they adjust as we go forward. They're also going to need to do something maybe a little bit different here on defense if they want to stifle the offense here of Beer Kitty. Always, of course, the Vancouver offense happy to go to the break side as well, so not too worried about some of the poaches that are down there. They're comfortable with their throws enough to find the open player, so we'll see how that progresses here. Right now, the Thugs down by 1 point, 3-2. Early on in this one, the bronze medal game here at the 2018 Canadian Ultimate Championships in Surrey, BC.
And we are looking for, as we have been looking for most of this weekend here, your fan player of the game. So if you are watching at home and you have a fan choice for the player of this game, let us know by tweeting at us using the hashtag CUC Surrey, and we will select that player at the end of this game.
That pull sails to the middle of the field, just a yard off of the end zone. Beer Kitty looking for Bellavance, who manages to reel that in under some pressure. A zone look again here from the Thugs as that one goes around to the far side. Russell Street in possession. Looking back to Fenton on the far sideline. Fenton, that crossfield throw, one of his favorite shots to make, no hesitation, as Davison shooting then to the end zone, but Williams almost doing the same thing we saw LeDuc do on the first point, giving an option for a second attempt, but nothing comes out here, and the Thugs a chance now to take advantage of this one.
Yeah, no Blackfish special ordered on this point, so good. There was a bit of luck there for the Bunny Thugs.
Paul looking for a reset, finds it up line, but Julie Mowens able to get a hand on that one first. The tight pressure D was too close there. Now Beer Kitty back on the end zone line with Bellavance. Poach D in the lanes there as it goes back to a reset. Street. Help D there, but it leaves Derek Fenton wide open, and he will dish it in to the end zone for Mowens, and it makes it 4-2.
So a couple of cuts to the open side there on that end zone set where Bellavance unable to, or just ignored a couple of open cuts. I think they both went to the same space at the same time, so tough to make a throw to one of them there, but good patience shown, that able to swing it back to the middle of the field. There was a high stall count by finally getting that disc in the middle to Fenton before he threw the assist. So a good bit of patience and a good bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just, yeah, patience I think sums it up.
And I think there the Thugs just a little bit unsure how to move the disc upfield after they got that turnover on their own end zone line. They were looking only for the reset right almost off the bat because there was zero options cutting upfield, I think in part due to the tight defense here from Beer Kitty, but they're definitely going to need to be able to look upfield for those first few stall counts before only relying on the resets. Beer Kitty picking up on that pretty quickly and were able to shut down those handlers.
So we mentioned already we're looking for the fan player of the game. We are also looking for you to interact with us a little bit more. So if you want to ask us questions, give us comments, feedback on the game, maybe something you want us to relate to players, you can tweet at us using the handles on your screen right now. So you can tweet at Rebecca at RJ_Thompson16. You can tweet at myself at Lucas Main.
This pull gonna blade down towards the end zone here. Dion will stop the roll, putting it to Yates. Zone again here from Beer Kitty. Not surprised to see that look as it goes to the far sideline for Schaefer. Threads it through the hole in the middle, and now we're moving to this far sideline. Wyseth Wong with the disc. The melt call from Beer Kitty as that goes to the middle. Yates does a good job to retain that one. Dion now looks for Gardner. LeDuc pressuring but unable to get to that one as it goes upfield now. Wyseth Wong. Dion threading the needle upfield into space. That one hanging out nicely in front of Cole Deagle, able to get to that one, and 4-3 now in this game.
That was a very saucy throw. That was a great shot, a backhand that floated out for Deagle to be able to run onto. Tons of time, two defenders, but nowhere near, like you said, threading that needle perfectly.
And this time we see the Thugs on their third offensive point, adjusting here fourth offensive point. We're at 1 break for Beer Kitty. But now adjusting to that zone, they seem to be learning each time from it and how to improve on it as well. Not getting stuck on the sideline, this time moving the disc faster and not getting stuck in one position. No one on the Thugs had that disc in their hands for more than 1, maybe 2 stalls, but I think 1 stall there on that point.
Yeah, and good movement all around the disc as well. This time utilizing more width of the field on the offensive push from Bunny Thugs, able to break it around to the near sideline 3 times there before moving the disc upfield. Wyseth Wong doing a good job of making sure she was wide open as well.
So Fertoski will get set to pull here. The Thugs have managed to generate turnovers from this Beer Kitty team, but yet to find a way to capitalize on them. Beer Kitty showing that even if they turn the disc over, they're ready to play hard defense here. As the disc will be brought now into play with Street, putting it up to Bellavance, who milks a couple yards. Faking the huck option now. Finds a big under with Fenton. Fenton puts that to Julie Mowens. Fenton, that one too low. Dropped off of his foot and rolls a couple yards. Fertoski will pick up and immediately shooting, looking for Garrett Peters, but with Derek Fenton in that space, no problem for him to come down with that one.
Derek Fenton, 6'5" there, and no worries on that.
Davison has an open under in Mowens. Mowens now shooting to the end zone, going back the other way, but that one, Fenton pulling up pretty quickly, realizing that one was too far out of his reach.
Usually when you have someone that tall, 6'5", you either get one of 2 things. He's either really quick or he's really good in the air. This, we've seen he's already really good in the air, but he's not looking so quick. So unfortunately that one just a bit too far.
So Thugs get their second opportunity now. We haven't seen them generate more than 1 turnover at a time from this Beer Kitty offense. Getting their second one here. Fertoski running out of options. Peters was streaking deep, but he didn't see it. Schramm now with the disc, puts it over to Hunks. Hunks shooting that one, but it goes too low. Not the throw he intended. Had the open option deep, so understandable to make that decision. He'll look to fix that one next time as Bellavance will pick up here. Bellavance shooting double coverage, but Ashley Davison is in the space, and no problem for her, comes down with the goal.
She makes it look easy. Yeah, like you said, double coverage, but a great throw from Bellavance to feed it straight to where she was going to be and able to reel it in even with the pressure on.
And that's the beauty of having a receiver like Davison, knowing that it doesn't really matter if there's a 50-50 shot. She is more likely to come down with those ones every single time.
So Beer Kitty looking quite comfortable thus far. Bunny Thugs still trying to figure out what's going to be the secret sauce to beating this team here. They had an opportunity there on the break. Had Peters striking deep, like you said, but unable to lift that disc up high enough for Fertoski. So they're still looking to make something click here. Obviously, they only have the 1 game of the day, so no warm-up this morning, no game this morning to get the kinks knocked out. They're going to have to do it all in this game. Speaking of being warm, it's cold again today, Becky.
Yeah, a little bit. It's holding off with the rain on the bright side, so that is an advantage right now, especially for a team from Saskatchewan, and the teams from Beer Kitty as well. The players, they haven't been practicing in the rain all summer. I was talking to some people from Vancouver yesterday saying, well, this is typical Vancouver weather. We should be used to this, but none of them have been practicing in these conditions all summer long, so still an adjustment as the Thugs head back out here on offense. That one's going to hang, but too far away from Marina Aspen.
Saw Marina Aspen yesterday playing a great game. She was one of the main cutters for the Bunny Thugs here, and showing that again. Maybe she's going to show up here. Unfortunately, just an errant throw for her, unable to collect it.
So Richie Tam will bring this back into possession with Beer Kitty looking for another break here. Tam looking to reset to Hoffman. Going back to Tam, those two good friends, coaches together at Lord Byng High School as well. My coaches from high school. This one goes deep, looking for a receiver, but multiple coverage, and that one going to hang too long anyways.
Yeah, maybe a good look right at the start as the Beer Kitty strike. Oh, the Beer Kitty strike from Lindsay Olimer there, unable to connect as two defenders, as Becky said, following it down.
Yeah, Tori Hislop there going for the big backhand put, but this time the Thugs back in possession. Is that one going too high for Aspen, and Olimer, the disc back in possession here for Beer Kitty. Hoffman looks around. Hislop in the end zone, and a wide open receiver for the goal makes this one 6-3.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Bunny Thugs player trying to get a block on the first pass and put himself out of position so that his check was wide open for that easy around backhand there.
Beer Kitty looking pretty comfortable right now, up 3 points at 6-3 in this bronze medal game. We've seen both teams make good adjustments early in this game as well. The Thugs, unfortunately, 2 execution errors on that one. We haven't really seen that from their offensive line yet, so they're definitely going to want to readjust a little bit, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do with a timeout called now.
So with the Bunny Thugs timeout, again, we've seen this all weekend where players and coaches looking to make a slight momentum adjustment here. You've just gone down another break in the game, and you want to reset your mindset. Oh, so many sets, and get yourselves concentrating, focus on what's coming up now, and forget about what you just played. So two-minute timeout, or minute 40 seconds here, and so we didn't have a chance to introduce our officiating crew, our observer crew here. So we have 4 observers. I know Becky knows all their names by heart, so no, it's all good. So we have 4 observers for this game. We've had 4 observers for the semifinals and the bronze medal game here, as well as the finals game this afternoon. We had 4 for the Masters finals yesterday as well. So 2 on either side of the field, 1 calling ins and outs on either end, as well as watching the stall count, watching for fouls, doing lots of watching, lots of observing.
Yeah, always good to have 4 sets of eyes. They want to make sure that they really get all the different angles on the possible calls that can take place on the field. So far, I don't think we've seen one single call yet, Lucas.
Not in this game. We saw a couple yesterday, and that very confusing one 2 days ago with the gender match mix-up. So all cleared up by the observers. Had somebody come by to me yesterday and say that they've really appreciated the observers thus far in this tournament. They've done a great job and appreciate everything that they're doing. So that's good to hear. And for those of you who don't know, the observers don't make active calls. It's still amongst the players who get to talk it out, hash it out before they can decide to go to the observer for a final ruling. But looks like we're almost ready to go again here, with Beer Kitty at the disc in their hand to pull.
So pull will come up the around backhand here, rolling downfield. Schaefer will stop the momentum there, and Lindsay will pick up. Finds Dirksen on the near sideline. The zone look again. Finds the dish up to Lindsay. Lindsay low on options, instead puts it into space for the big receiver in Tim Dirksen, now 2 yards off the end zone line, but goes to dish it back. That one blocked, immediately calling a foul, and not contested here by Beer Kitty.
This game obviously brought to you by coffee. I'm a big fan of it.
Dirksen now looking for a reset, finds Lindsay. Lindsay low on options, had 2 coming down the line, but instead goes around, finds Yates. Yates puts that too low to Aspen as it goes right down to her feet, giving the disc back to Beer Kitty. They'll look to extend their lead to 4 here.
And it sounded like Jenny Lowe actually got a hand on that backhand around, so good defensive play from her.
Speaking of Lowe, Jenny Lowe with the disc now. She puts that over to Tyler Hislop. He's going to shoot. That one, Blading manages to be red. Lung with the disc. Calls a timeout. Will be coming back in on stall 2.
So more of a legs timeout here. Not a very long point, but to want to be able to set an offensive stack and get themselves ready to charge into the end zone. So Beer Kitty calling that with a lung about 3 or 4 yards outside the end zone. And he's going to have the disc coming in on 2, as Becky mentioned.
Yeah, so they'll have it, like you said, they're right in the middle of the field. 3 yards, 5 yards maybe max from the end zone line. Very advantageous for a team that has so much experience and depth on their side as well. It's hard to imagine how they wouldn't be able to find a way to convert on this one.
Probably going to go with a Vancouver favorite. Cuts from the front, isolate a player at the front of this the Vancouver stack, the vertical stack, and just isolate that player and look for a break automatically off the first dish here.
So offense sets first. The defense will come into play now.
20 seconds for the defense to set now.
Aaron Leung will bring this disc into play. Garrett Gardner setting the mark here. Disc in play, a backhand force here, but the easy flood play here from Beer Kitty, spreading the stack, a wide open Andrea Chang at the back, clearly a set play, and everybody, the sideline from Beer Kitty, oohing and eyeing a little bit as that one goes in to make this game 7-3.
Even I oohed a bit there. I was very impressed. She was wide open. Like Becky said, a set flood play to throw all 5 players in the stack except for the player at the end across the field. And just wide open, standing still for a dish.
Yeah, and I think on that one, the Bunny Thugs were trying to bracket the stack there to try to stop cuts from coming to either side. So I think Chang left so open because the women were watching both sides of the stack and not watching a player to be just staying in the middle. So as soon as those cuts came to either side, tried to cover them, and Chang left completely on her own.
A couple of these players have played for the North Van Rock Fight team, which is an open team, and they are known for their sneaky plays. They have one called a waterfall and Tijuana Tunnel, I believe it's called as well. Some creative plays coming out of Vancouver, and especially the North Van Rock Fight. So.
And I think part of this is, like, we talk about how much these people are friends as well and able to build that chemistry. I talked to the coach, or as she says, she's just here to help, but talking to Candace Chan before the game, she said this team really came together at this tournament as well. They obviously haven't really practiced at all this summer. They played regionals, and other than that, really only getting together for the first time on Thursday, but being such a good group of friends, no problem to build that chemistry right off the bat. McGill shoots that one narrowly through the cup, but that one's going to be too far. Deagle getting too excited there.
Just putting the wrong edge on the throw.
Leduc in possession. Beer Kitty can look to take half here as that one goes to the end zone. This time, Marina Aspen able to get a hand up on there.
And a fist bump from her. She was excited about that block. Great job reading that disc.
This could be a momentum shift if the Thugs can work this out of their own end zone here. McGill with the disc, putting that to Deagle. Deagle holsters but goes inside to Dion through coverage. McGill finds Vertosky, now going quickly upfield. The Thugs here taking advantage of the speed, going 1 and 2. Vertosky holsters the huck, throws a little push pass to McGill upfield, and then unfortunately just off the hands of Aspen. Can't keep that one in her control. Far sideline, Hislop fakes the big backhand huck. Looking now up line again. This time she will opt for the huck. Has Leduc in the space. Vertosky is also there. Vertosky gets up and just a fingertip to that disc to make a play.
Great timing on his jump there. He timed it so he reached the disc just as his fingers reached the max point on his disc there. Going a bit of Air Jordan. A great jump, great read, and nothing Leduc, the intended receiver, can do about that.
So the Thugs looking like they're willing to grind these points out. Vertosky trapped on that sideline. Goes for the hammer. Wyseth Wong with the disc. Puts that upfield now. Deagle, Aspen, Dirksen moving it at speed. They're trying not to let the mark set here as they go back to the middle with Vertosky. McGill. Wyseth Wong on the far side. Resetting to McGill. McGill goes too low to Fratoski. Did a good job to break the mark, but unfortunately that one too low and it's dropped out of his hands. Now Tori Hislop, but it looks like a pick was called. It was called way back before Hislop even looked at her first fake, it looks like.
Some discussion on the field. Doesn't look like they're going to be needing to go to the observers. Usually for a pick they don't. It's mostly the foul calls that go back to the observer for.
So just discussion of where players will reset to. That one, an easy little high release put over both defenders. Hislop will find Olimer, and just like that, Beer Kitty will take half.
And sort of a anticlimactic half here, as that was a long resolve for a pick call, and then a high release, as Becky said, over the top of the defender, and easily brought in to bring it to half.
So Beer Kitty here taking half, up 8-3 in this bronze medal game. Thug's going to look to generate something different out of the halftime. For now, we will take a short break, and we'll be back with you in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to the 2018 Canadian Ultimate Championships here in Surrey, British Columbia. We are live with the bronze medal game in the mixed division between Bunny Thugs out of Saskatoon and Beer Kitty from Vancouver. The Thugs currently trailing by 5 points, down 8-3 at half. And Lucas, at this point, if you're the Thugs, how do you change your offense, your defense to come back in the second half?
I think we talked about it a little bit off mic here, Becky, but they are a team that's capable of doing it. We know that for sure. But what they've got to make the adjustment in is their offense and how they spread themselves out. In my opinion, I think they're a bit too close to each other in the handler space. They need to spread out, throw some bigger fakes to get that wall moving. The Beer Kitty wall doing a good job of shutting down anything upfield. So they're going to have to get them wall to move and create those spaces. We saw when Diggle was able to get open behind the wall, they hit him easily. So if they can do that a bit more, they're going to have an easier time.
So the Thugs starting on offense out of halftime here will look to respond quickly, see if they can generate some momentum. We saw them against PBHG yesterday go down about 3 points at 9-6 with only 10 minutes left, able to generate a ridiculously fast comeback to bring that one to Universe Point. Not coming out on the top of that one, but we'll see how they can do it today. Beer Kitty set to go on defense here.
And we're still looking for our first nomination of Player of the Game, so get those in before the end here, guys.
That pull hangs nicely into the hands of Mark Dion. Finds Lindsay over to Williams. The zone look again here from Beer Kitty. Lindsay to Dion. Puts that to Gartner. Happy to work it up this sideline. No options for them in the middle of the field right now as Gartner looks desperately to find something. Stall count getting high, finds Yates. Yates fakes the upline shot again. Good fake there to break the mark and goes back, and now the Thugs getting it to the middle finally. Dion to Yates. Yates. Again, the Thugs getting trapped on this near sideline. Showing a bit of patience here, though, as they look now for the dish to Dion. 2 yards from the end zone. Beer Kitty holding the zone, not worrying about a melt here. Lindsay now still trapped on this sideline. Now goes for the hammer. Aspen in the middle. Aspen goes back to the sideline for Yates, who fakes into the end zone. Had a shot through the middle, but unfortunately, again, just the execution not quite there, and it sails over the head of an open Aspen.
Aspen not expecting that throw to come to her, I don't think.
The Thugs there showing great patience up until that point, and then unfortunately just getting a little bit too excited right on the end zone line. Disc in play here for Beer Kitty. That one goes to Hislop. Aspen had no idea it was right beside her, could have turned to make that D, as Hoffman now has it in his possession. Beer Kitty looking to break out of half. Leduc now. Some poach defense on the handlers, and a huge hand block from Mark Dion. Leduc winding up for that backhand huck, telegraphs it into the hand of Dion, who waves at the camera in celebration.
Showing all 4 or 5 fingers there. A big block from him. Good job.
Dion now. Person-to-person D here as Aspen comes under. Aspen resets to Dion. Now the Thugs able to swing it across to the middle. That one a bit high, but Gardner comes down with it. Now Williams on the far sideline. Williams finds Dion in the middle. Mark Dion goes around, backhand to Gartner, near corner of that far side, and they get a hold here out of half.
And Dion doing it at both ends there, working it up the field, as well as getting that big hand block you saw right near the camera here. Bunny Thugs looking much more confident and collected when they have a person matchup against them. Still looking shaky if they're in the zone. One thing I noted about that point as well is the Beer Kitty defenders are very close to the handler. Again, I said it at the beginning, I don't think the Bunny Thugs are utilizing the double team rule as effectively as they could. Those players are really, really close, and they should be using that to generate the stall count, spread the field a bit, because that cup is really, really in tight to the handler. So we'll see if they make that adjustment and if they listen to us in the commentator's booth here for some coaching tips.
We'll see now if they can come out and generate a break. Beer Kitty, of course, still looking very comfortable at this stage in the game. They lead by 4 points here. I'm going to give a shout out to Jointworks. They're a group here in Vancouver, a chiropractic group who have said that every single member of Beer Kitty has been there to Jointworks. So shout out to them for helping keep these athletes in shape and ready for this bronze medal game.
And I guess, yeah, thank you for doing that. But guys, come on, look after yourselves. Don't get hurt. But yeah, Jointworks does a great job here in Vancouver. They help out with the Vancouver Ultimate League. I think they're official partners, so they provide a lot of great care for Ultimate players in general.
So that disc hangs in the middle of the field, will allow Beer Kitty to set up in their vertical stack, looking for a set play here as Bellavance brings it into possession. Bellavance shooting a round flick for the end zone, has Moens there, but unable to reel it in as it bounces off the palm of her hand. She had the better read on it, but can't come down, and Schramm now will pick up here for the Thugs.
Right there, Becky. Better read, just unable to grab it.
Hunks now looking for a reset, has Paul behind him, has to jimmy a little bit, but looked like Fenton there getting a little bit close and starting to stand on the foot of Hunks there, trying to stop his pivot maybe, or his travel. Hunks will keep the disc here. Still looking for a reset. We'll get it up line. Schramm reels that one in. Now back to Elisa Dirksen. Has Paul. Paul looking for an option. Has a big under. Garrett Peters. Schramm again. A great matchup there between Bellavance and Peters going toe-to-toe here. That one hangs up. Alora McLeod there.
And it looked like it got a foot block off the touch there. That's what caused the disc to flutter up, an outstretched foot. And but there was a discussion on the grab that maybe she was pushed from behind while she was trying to grab the disc.
It did look a little bit like there was some contact from her back as she tried to reel that one in, and looks like the observers will come in here. So observer ruling that it was a foul. So the disc will stay here with the Thugs, still looking for their first break of the game.
Disc coming in on one.
Disc in play, resetting to Justice Paul. Paul puts an inside shot to Peters. Peters using his speed to get open on Bellavance here, but now looking for a reset, gets Elisa Dirksen. Dirksen 10 yards out of the end zone, finds Paul back. Paul has Schramm. Looking for an option here. Again, goes for the reset, does well to get that one around. No defensive opportunity there. Schramm, low on options, gets Paul up line. Paul has Peters wide open on the under. He'll go up line, but that one, the IO edge, and you see him roll over after that, knows that wasn't the throw he wanted to put up, had an open Schramm up line, and just like that, the Thugs give up their first opportunity at a break.
Yeah, and Peters there, not too comfortable with the disc. We've seen him a couple of times come for a big under and then immediately look for a dish to a handler. So always looking to get the disc to a more confident thrower. They're taking the biscuit to risk it and unable to connect.
Fenton now for Beer Kitty. Finds Ashley Davison. Pump fake from Davison. She goes back inside to Frew. Frew finds Moens open in yards of space here. Fenton. Fenton, the around flick shot, looking for Davison, who lays out, makes sure she has that one in her possession. Visionary again here from Derek Fenton, and they lead 9-4.
Yeah, you said it right there. Visionary, not the most orthodox throw coming up from Fenton. Fading it over, playing that 3D ultimate we talked about a couple of days ago, where you're looking to make space vertically and horizontally and on the Z-axis as well. So a great throw and a great layout grab from the Beer Kitty receiver there to get the disc and make sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just taking care of that one there, making sure she got two hands on it. No opportunity to bobble on that one. The Thugs now looking to get a hold back and maybe work their way back up for another break opportunity just on the doorstep of the goal line there. Tough to see that one not work out for them, but Beer Kitty taking advantage when they get the disc back in their possession and working it all the way up the 70 yards up the field to get that one into the goal.
So Bunny Thugs still showing that they're not out of this one yet. Becky mentioned as well, getting right to the end zone line there on a break opportunity. So hopefully they can get a quick hold here and we can see some of that fast breaking that we saw yesterday in the PBHG Bunny Thugs game.
Got a nice shout out here, player of the game, looking at Mark Dion Fable saying the hero who hand blocked Leduc. So that one, we may have to keep that in mind for the end of the game. No matter who wins that one, that was definitely the play of the game so far.
I agree.
Yates over to Lindsay. Puts that one high over the top, but has a big receiver in Deagle. Now Schaefer, up line to Gartner. Moving it quickly now, Wyseth Wong. To the middle with McGill. To Gardner, but too low and just out of his reach. Coming behind him on his cut there. Hoffman will get a chance to center now to Tyler Hislop. Now looking for a low option. That one too low, unfortunately. Pressure defense there from Schaefer as well, and it works out in the favor of the Thugs to get that disc back in their possession as Mater couldn't make that throw. Yates now finds Lindsay with a cheeky little inside-out backhand. Gartner over to Schaefer. 2 yards out from the end zone now. They go around to the far side for Cole Deagle, and there's the hold they needed. Still down 4 points here, though, 9-5.
Bunny Thugs showing that they know how to play 3D Ultimate as well, making Deagle open when he wasn't initially. Maybe the Beer Kitty defender not really knowing where the disc was or whether it was coming up or not. So great job, Deagle, to ring that one in and score a quick one here. So like we said, we're now looking for them to get another quick break. We have a game time of just over 48 minutes here. So still time to get it done, but they need to start making them moves now.
And the Thugs starting to look a little bit more fluid on that point as well, running through more people all the way across the field. I think that's going to be a big factor for them going forward in this game, to be able to use all 7 players on the field to go up, not get too stressed out by that zone. I think at the start of the game, just a little bit caught off guard by the zone look, and so they kind of went back into going only with a couple handlers and now looking again to use the entire field.
Yeah, especially on that point there, we saw 4 or 5 cutters, no handlers touch the disc once they'd broken through. So, like you said, spread the disc around a bit more and they look much more comfortable.
So we'll see if that can give them some momentum. The pull here from Sean Fertoski sits into the middle, and Frew will pick up, centering to Street. Street puts that one deep. Bellavance, so much speed. That disc out in front of him. A great throw from Russell Street, and Beer Kitty get a really quick hold right off the bat.
And a set play that works just like they drew it up. So Bellavance, the person to get isolated deep. The separation wasn't that great at the start, but Bellavance really turning the Jets on right at the end and creating that separation from a great throw that was leading him into the end zone. So no time for that disc to hang, so he really had to go and get it. And Bellavance, obviously having played for Furious George in the past, opting to take the summer off, not wanting to play with Furious George. It is a long season. They are hunting the Nationals berth in the USAU series, and so it is a long season there. Him opting to take a break and come play the Canadian Nationals instead.
Yeah, both Traffic and Furious out of Vancouver down in the States for tournaments this weekend as well. So none of those players here. Of course, the likes of Bellavance, like you said, opting to play with this team and take a break this summer. Beer Kitty will come out here on defense looking to extend their lead. They're up comfortably right now of 5 points. And I think we got to point out that last year, Lucas, the bronze medal game, Banana Cutters were down 10-4 in that game and made a run to come back to make it universe point. So I don't want to count this game out just yet based on what we saw last year. Of course, 2 new teams, never know what's going to happen, but There is some time left here, so we'll see how they can move the disc up the field now with Dion. Dion doesn't have many options, so goes to Lindsay. Now finding a way to move it over to the far sideline with Schaefer. McGill finds Lindsay. Thugs need to continue to move the disc quickly here as Dirksen has it. Looking for the next option. Gets the dish into McGill. McGill goes for the hammer, has Dirksen in open space. He'll go to the end zone, has Cole Deagle, and they make it look easy with that one. And the Thugs get another hold here.
And Deagle becoming a common fixture on the goal score sheet there, getting another one reeled in straight to him, wearing that very fancy, neat red peak hat. Very hard to miss on the field, but great job from Bunny Thugs there to expose a couple of weaknesses in this zone now. I think they're slowly starting to figure it out, and I want to talk about what you just mentioned before that point started, Becky, with the banana cutters, bringing it back last year. We saw yesterday the Bunny Thugs and PBHG play a tough game there as well, so we know they've got fight in them. Whether they can bring it up here now down only 10-6, they need a couple of breaks to get it started.
So we'll see if they can change or how they choose to change things up here on defense. Nigel Lindsay out on the line coaching them here. Played for AFC in Brampton last week, got a silver medal there as well, looking for a medal with the Thugs to get a bronze here. Justice Paul will pull.
Bunny Thugs maybe looking to do something a little bit different here, shake up the Beer Kitty offense. We saw a quick hold from them 2 points ago. Let's see what they decide to bring down if they're going to stick with the person matchup.
That pull will sit into the middle of the field as Frew centers the street. Bellavance, the initiating cutter here for Beer Kitty. And now he's going to look deep. An open Julie Mowens in the end zone. Beer Kitty making it look so easy right now, Lucas. They lead again 11-6, executing these pull plays left, right, and center off of the bat.
Yeah, and as I said it just before the point went, and then we have two passes for a goal from Beer Kitty. So utilizing those pull plays, like you said, making it look very easy. Mowens streaking deep and outrunning her defender easily. Peter is trying to come and play some help defense, but the throw is too good, and Mowens is able to catch it easily.
Yeah, that one, clearly the Thugs readjusting a little bit on Bellavance. They took away the out right away, acknowledging that he had been the deep cutter on the previous point, but in doing so allowed him to go under. He turns around, no hesitation, big flick around shot to the end zone, and the Beer Kitty team here adjusting their plays, happy to do something different every single time, and they look so good right now, Lucas, only 4 points away from winning a bronze medal here at CUC.
Yeah, playing chess, not checkers. Like you said, last point, Bellavance, the deep threat, this time takes 2 steps out to throw his defender off of him and cuts right under. So, yeah, we are getting, like Becky said, getting close to the end of this game here. We only have 1 nomination for the fan player of the game. So you can use hashtag CUC Surrey to let us know that. You can also tweet at myself and Becky using our handles at Lucas Main and at RJ_Thompson16.
That one will sit just past the brick mark here. Dion will pick up a person-to-person defensive set here from Beer Kitty. Makes it look easy for the Thugs to bring that one upfield. Tic-tac-toe into the end zone, but dropped, unfortunately, there. Aspen, too much time maybe to think about it, was wide open. The Thugs making the defense there from Beer Kitty look a little bit silly on that play, but unable to catch it on the final pass. This now goes upfield for Chang, but this one's picked off. Yates gets a hand to that disc, and Dion 2 yards from the end zone line now. Looking for the reset, goes back to Lindsay, lays out, gets a hand to it, but can't get there. He had changed the direction of his cut before that throw went up, had to try to make up for it as now Beer Kitty off to the races on the far sideline. Scott Barr resets to Hoffman, now Hislop. And it looks like a call upfield as Brett Lenze making an injury call will take a sub here for the Thugs. Fertoski will sub in. The disc will get back underway here with Tyler Hislop. Coming in on stall 1, Gartner on the mark. Hislop looking for an option, puts it over top here. Andrew Burns. And that one off the hand of Hoffman, a little bit too much pace on the disc as Dion finds Fertoski. Fertoski will air that one into space, into the end zone, and the Bunny Thugs still getting a hold here, trading points since halftime.
Yeah, and both teams there a bit more, bit of a longer point, not the cleanest offense from either side that we've seen in the previous points, like Becky said, trading since half here. But the Bunny Thugs are in desperate need to stop trading. They need to start getting breaks, but this is a good start. Again, you got to hold to be able to give you the opportunity to give yourself a break. So, and during that point, we also got another nomination for our player of the game from Kelby White. Okay, Kelby. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. She said that she would like to see Cole, the disc magnet Deagle, for player of the game. So there you go. You got 2 nominations in. We want to see him keep coming. So if you're at home, send us some tweets.
Shane Markham tweeting the same thing, and I gotta say, knowing those two, they could possibly be together watching this game right now. So if you are, or you're texting about it, thanks for getting your votes in. We'll see how this one continues, but definitely, yes, Cole Deagle having a phenomenal game here.
Yeah, definitely a disc magnet for sure, getting a couple of good goals, making himself available for him.
So Beer Kitty back out on offense. We'll see if they find something new again to throw at us. A new pull play, I think, every single time. Their playbook endless here as that one sails in more towards the sideline, and Bellevance centers right away to Street. The zone look here from the Thugs trying to stop it, but Frew is open on the far sideline. Davison open in yards of space. Davison to the end zone looking for Mowens for another goal. Mowens gets her feet in at the back of the end zone. Mowens with her 4th goal of the game, and trading here still as they lead with a score of 12-7.
Yeah, and Beer Kitty with the left-handed player making an easy flick up the line there. Mowens very quick out of the gate. 2 defenders on her again, this time once again able to reel it in and bring it down. So she's doing a great job. Like Becky said, 4 goals in the game already here and looking to get more. So we have a 12-7 game. So Beer Kitty still leading by 5, getting closer to that 15-point mark. We've played about 59 minutes here, so almost an hour, and we're looking to see if Bunny Thugs can string something together to make this a bit closer.
Fortunately, the Thugs being broken so many times in the first half. They were down 8-3, and we've traded since halftime here. So neither team able to get a break in the second half, and unfortunately the Thugs may have lost this one in the first half of the game. Still don't know if they're going to be able to generate a break on the turn here. They've got to get a hold here first to continue to trade. Beer Kitty 3 points away from a medal here at CUC.
So as we wait for the poll to come up here, we're getting furious updates for players of the game, which is great. We want to see those coming, guys. We do have 3 points till 3 points for Beer Kitty to get to end of the game, so we want to see those before then. Using the hashtag CUC, sorry. So there's Deagle again. We've seen him getting himself open. He airs one out to Dion, and Dion now with no options upfield.
They're just centering it back to the middle. The person defense now from Beer Kitty, they've opted to not look to their zone any longer as Dion goes to the end zone, and none other than Cole Deagle is on the end of that one. The Thugs making it look so easy on offense since halftime, but not able to stifle the offense of Beer Kitty.
So some work to do for the Thugs here. we're saying it over and over again as we keep trading points. They need to find the secret solution to beating the Beer Kitty offense here. Like Becky mentioned in the last point, that we have seen something different from the Beer Kitty offense every point in the second half here, running a set play off the bat and looking to hit different players. We can see out there now we have Belvance, who's we've mentioned his name a couple of times, Moens as well, getting a couple of goals. She's ready to get playing again as well. So we'll see what they draw up. Looks like they are writing something down on the ground, so could see something interesting here.
Yeah, and Beer Kitty, their stats all over the board today, getting so many players involved in their 12 points here and looking to extend that lead. The Thugs, unfortunately, only 5 people involved in their 7 or 8 points now. So the stats a little bit more depth on the side of Beer Kitty here, and that is clearly playing an advantage. We did see yesterday the stats were all over the place for the Thugs, so maybe just getting a little bit caught up in wanting this medal and becoming a little bit, maybe just a little bit desperate to get some points on the board.
Absolutely.
Second half, of course, still trading as the Thugs come down with a zone look, and that hammer goes over to Davison, who's wide open. Chang wide open in the end zone. And again, Beer Kitty just unguarded here. The Thugs trying to throw out a new style of defense, but are unable to shut anything down here as Beer Kitty are running away with this one.
So yeah, Bunny Thugs coming down with a zone defense to prevent the Beer Kitty team from running their set plays. They do that, but Belvance is still able to hit a hammer over the top, and a quick throw from Davidson makes it look pretty simple. So Beer Kitty still able to just break at will or throw at will here, even with a zone in front of them. So, like I think Becky mentioned it already, it's this game may have been won in the first half. We've been trading since halftime here. The Bunny Thugs finally finding their offensive prowess, and the Beer Kitty team just unable to let anything crack on their offense. So the first half very important in this game. It wasn't yesterday. We saw the Bunny Thugs and the PBHG team. That game was a game of runs and trading all the way up. So a little bit of a different story in this one, but we still got time to play. We still got time to see if the Bunny Thugs can make something happen. They do need to hold here to get themselves back on defense and try again.
Got a couple nominations there, actually from some Saskatoon people, for Julie Moens for Player of the Game. And you know what, Lucas, if Beer Kitty can close this one out, I 100% agree with that one. She's been all over the field today here for this team from Vancouver.
Yeah, gobbling up those points, as Shane Markham has just met.
Yates shoots an inside shot, but this one's picked off, looking for their first break of the second half. Leduc has an open Hoffman in front of him and finds the reset. Callan Hoffman now, no mark on him yet. So much time here as the Thugs looking to purposely take it away, as now Gartner will come on. Hoffman so content to just hang on to that disc until he had to get rid of it. And now disc in the middle of the field being worked up with Leduc. Leduc will reset that one to McPhee. Sean McPhee has an open side option. Richie Tam in the end zone. And just like that, it's game point here for Beer Kitty.
Yeah, an unfortunate turnover there, just a misread or a miscommunication from the thrower from the Bunny Thugs team, throwing to essentially the back of the receiver. So no eyes in the back of her head, unfortunately, and it's a turnover. Beer Kitty having to look up at a Bunny Thugs no mark Japanese-style defense, where nobody set a mark on. I believe, yeah, it was Leduc with the disc for a couple of minutes there, and then Tan as well, who finally collected the goal. But good patience from the Beer Kitty team to be able to recognize that we don't have a mark. You have no stall count either with no mark, so you have tons of time.
That's the first break of the second half here, which will give Beer Kitty the game point at 14-8, looking to break again to get a bronze medal. Beer Kitty, 14 people involved in their 14 points here today. So we'll see if they can continue the momentum on this break, looking very happy and comfortable throughout the course of this game. Really, from the first point, we've seen them play this game on their terms.
So yeah, lots of opportunities here for Beer Kitty to put this one away. They're up by 6 points with an extra break there that they just reeled in. So lots of time for them, no pressure just yet. And as the pull comes up. So the Bunny Thugs will collect in the middle of the field here, looking at a person match. And a low throw is the turnover, and the Beer Kitty now within half to get the game under wraps.
Frew now with the disc. Frew finds an option under with Sai. Now back around. Scott Barr with the disc, finds an inside shot to Lung. Leung on the end zone doorstep here to Burns in the end zone. Burns taking the inside lane on Paul, and Beer Kitty are your 2018 bronze medalists.
And yeah, an unfortunate low throw there from the Bunny Thugs. Just sort of the story of this game, just some small mis-executions that they're unable to complete, and Beer Kitty jumping all over that for their 7th break and putting this one away.
Credit to the Thugs. They've had such a phenomenal tournament here as well. Talking to them before all of these games, we've managed to see them 3 times on this live stream. They've done incredible plays throughout the course of the weekend. They're in a development year, as they said this year, and for a development year to be able to come here, win, finish with a 4th place, make semifinals even, and come here and look strong against a team who has so much depth and experience as well. Credit to them for being able to come out here and do probably better than they expected this year. So very well done by the Thugs. But today, right now, Beer Kitty winning the bronze medal, doing it with so much depth on their team. 15 people involved in 15 points, getting one more person on the stat sheet in that last point of the game. So credit to them. They are the bronze medalists. That will do it for this game, but don't go too far, because in just about an hour and a half, we will have the gold medal game here for you at CUC 2018 PBHG. Out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, will take on Goomba Gang out of Vancouver, BC. That one sure to be a good match as well. So don't go anywhere, stay with us, and tune in about an hour and a half.